Welcome to InkThinks. This video is kind of on short notice because Nintendo hit us with a bombshell that one of my subscribers actually predicted, so shout out to you, Umbreon. But there is a new Smash Direct coming tomorrow, September 6th. It's premiering at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm probably going to be in work, but I'm going to see if I can get out for half an hour to be able to watch this. It's going to be 35 minutes long. There have been a few leaks going around the internet about this prior, but it's officially been confirmed by Nintendo that this is coming. So let's talk about a few things that are probably coming in this Direct. First off, we can expect some announcements about the Nintendo Online service. It's set to launch later this month. Basically, if you haven't heard about it, it lets you play your games online, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can play Splatoon, Mario Tennis Aces, all that online, like any other online service. But what makes it a little unique is that you get to play some classic games online, like Balloon Fighter, or Dr. Mario, or the original Legend of Zelda. And jumping into my first little prediction, I expect this to be expanded a bit. I expect this to branch out to several games from several different systems, not just NES games. And if it's not expanded in this capacity, I expect some sort of virtual console to come. One of the big reasons for me suspecting this is that Nintendo's recently gone after emulator websites with their old games, and they've forced them all to take all the games down. Which really sucks because that's how I got a lot of my old classic Nintendo games that I wouldn't have had the chance to play otherwise. But I'd really love if Nintendo would start making their games available, especially their older games. It's a marketing principle called the long tail, which basically states you can have your most popular things up for grabs right away, but if you keep a back catalog of your less popular ones that have like a niche audience, you're gonna do really well, and a lot of your sales are gonna come from those. You just sell them at a discounted rate. Because there's so many niche, old, obscure Nintendo games that the amount of those sold will rival at least one of the bigger games when you combine all the smaller ones. The long tail is kind of hard to explain in just one video, but in essence, it's saying it would be a great idea for some sort of virtual console, and with how successful it's been in the past, Nintendo would be crazy not to have some sort of option like this. And going back to Nintendo Online, I expect them to announce some sort of way to fix the mobile app, which is just terrible. And I don't even think people are talking about it anymore. It's so bad. You couldn't play Splatoon 2 online without it. And gosh, I really hope to see some improvements to that. Going next to something that I bet my socks are coming is Animal Crossing Switch. It's been 5 years since the last Animal Crossing game, which is a shame because I love Animal Crossing. It's so, well, I don't know if fun's the right word. It's peaceful. It immerses you in it. And it's almost impossible that a new Animal Crossing game isn't in the works since it was so successful. Animal Crossing New Leaf sold almost 12 million units. So I definitely see them bringing Animal Crossing to Switch with some sort of integration into Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, kind of like they're doing with Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Go. I would also not really be surprised if the final title was something along the lines of Pocket Camp. Probably not Pocket, but something related to camping. I expect them to keep that theme, to keep in line with their mobile app. A few things that I hope they bring back for this new Animal Crossing. Let's go through the list. Number 1, I hope they bring back the rude villagers from Animal Crossing GameCube. That was one of my favorite parts of the game. These villagers would just not put up with your crap, and they would tell you exactly what they thought about you, and it was fantastic. But ever since then, the villagers have just been pretty nice. Even the grumpy ones have been pretty nice. And so having some of that sass come back would be awesome, although I really don't think it's going to happen, but I would love it. Something else I expect to return is some sort of mayor aspect. They probably won't call it the mayor, but with the amount of control that they gave you over your town, I don't expect them to take that away. I expect you to have some sort of way to control the things that happen in your town and pass ordinances. It probably won't be a mayor though. Speaking of mayor, I expect Isabelle to make a return. She was super popular, especially in Japan, and it wouldn't make a lot of sense to me if they didn't bring her back as a recurring character. The last prediction I have for Animal Crossing is I expect it to probably be the biggest map yet. And honestly, I'm not sure if I like that. I really kind of like the small feel of Animal Crossing GameCube, and I think they got it just right with Animal Crossing New Leaf. And I expect them to be like, oh, this is how powerful the Switch is. It can handle this huge map, and you can go worldwide, and all sorts of things like that. But I really prefer if they just keep it to a small little town. That's kind of what gives Animal Crossing its special feel. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm almost positive that they're announcing this tomorrow. Something else I could see them announcing are some news on the new Yoshi game or the new Metroid game. And I don't know. I'm not sure we'll get a full trailer on Metroid, but it seems fairly likely that we'll get at least something for Yoshi. We haven't heard anything since its announcement. I'm really not sure what we're going to get for either of these games, but it seems likely we'll get something for at least one of them. Going to another little leak, it seems like Final Fantasy is coming to the Switch, or at least that's what people are saying. And Final Fantasy is not something I'm super familiar with, but it's been rumored to come to the Switch, which I wouldn't complain about. It's supposed to be a great RPG. I've just never gotten into it. And it's also been rumored to come along with Phoenix Wright. Like I say come along, I don't actually mean tied together, but Phoenix Wright is supposed to be coming as well, which I am ecstatic about. I love Phoenix Wright. I played the games on my iPhone. They have them all on the App Store, or I don't know if that's all of them, but I played the whole collection on the App Store, and I just think it's super fun and quirky and has a weird sense of humor, and I love the detective aspect of it, and I just think it's super fun. It made me want to be a lawyer for a while until I realized that being a lawyer was nothing like that game. And it's been rumored to come to the Switch, which I would absolutely love. Another thing I could kind of see them talking about are a few things from E3 that were rumored but never came about, such as Star Fox Grand Prix, which is a Star Fox racing game. My only experience with Star Fox in the past has been Star Fox Assault on the GameCube, and I only used that for the multiplayer because I wasn't allowed to play Call of Duty, so that was the closest I could get as a kid. And I loved it, I had a blast, but I'm just not too familiar with Star Fox. But I wouldn't be surprised if they announced this. It seems like a racing game is in the works, and it wasn't announced at EVO, so that makes me think it might be coming here. It's also possible that we could hear something about the new core Pokemon RPG, but I think that's kind of unlikely with Pokemon Let's Go coming so soon. They might say a few things about Let's Go, but I really expect them to kind of gloss over Pokemon for this direct. If they do announce a new generation of Pokemon, I expect that they'll announce one of them as a fighter for Smash as a way to tie into the final announcements, which are going to probably have to do with Smash. I don't know if I'd be surprised or not if they got a character from the new generation of Pokemon into Smash. I could see it going either way. It could be way too new, or it could have been in production the whole time. I'm not sure. But before I get into the big one, Super Smash Bros., let me talk about a few potential ports that could be coming to the Switch. First off, we have Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD, which just seems like easy money. Why would they not bring these to the Switch? They were so successful, and they're some of my favorite games. And I've missed being able to play them because I don't have a Wii U, and I want to be able to play them in HD. So I'd absolutely love if they brought these games over. Another game that they're talking about is Super Mario Maker, and I'm not sure how this one would work in handheld mode, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to bring it over with how successful it's been. Either that, or they could announce it as a mobile app, which I think would work really well and actually be pretty great. Alright, time to get to Smash, probably the reason all of you are here. I think it's unlikely, if they talk about Smash, that no new characters are going to be announced. So if I had to make a guess on characters, my top 4 choices that they're going to announce are Rayman, Geno, Shadow, or Isaac from Golden Sun. And I could see any of these ones getting in. I think Geno is probably the most likely now, with Shadow as a close second. But with how much fan service this game seems to be having, I wouldn't be surprised at all if all of them got in, or even more fighters. The last thing that they could talk about for Smash is the Spirits mode, or the mysterious one-player mode that they teased about in the Smash Direct. A lot of people are calling it Spirit mode. And basically the theory behind Spirit mode is that it's linked to everyone dying in their reveal trailer. Mario and Mega Man died, and I guess became spirits, and Luigi died, and you actually saw him become a spirit. And so it's thought that you have to go collect these spirits and find some way to unlock new characters. And I don't know. I could see them talking about this, but I think it's going to come a little bit later. But who knows, those are just my thoughts for what's going to come for this direct. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm sorry this video is kind of rushed. I didn't have a lot of time to work on it. I just wanted to be able to get it out before this came out. And so yeah, let me know what you guys think is going to be talked about in the direct. And thanks for watching. Stay smashing.